Hello, hello, hello. So here we are back in the school. We started the live somewhere else, and Lila is joining me in a second. Lila, are you coming? Lila isn't able to join. Ah, why? Lila, I've invited you, and I'm accepting your request to join. Oh,
I'm here.
here you are.
It just took a few seconds, but I'm
Okay.
here. Definitely
Okay, fantastic. I
excited to
sort
be
of
here.
lost you in the ether from there to here.
Oh, good.
Hello.
Hello, darling.
So now you had started on your side, so you have to reintroduce yourself on
Very
this
good.
side.
And I'm super excited to see so many people joining. Really super excited. Beautiful. So I'm Lila Stephanie, and I'm so happy because I'm the organizer of the retreat Divine Initiation with Valentina Leo. I've been one of Valentina's student, one of Valentina's friends, co-facilitator. We've done actually an amazing class together in Turkey. So we
Improvise class.
improvised, complete tantric shamanic. And so we just love weaving. And for me, I'm like honored and blessed and yeah, super happy to organize now this retreat. And this call is to actually present more of your work. I know that a lot of people joining right now are actually already accustomed to your work, but I really want to give them the gift of this special retreat because it's not just a retreat.
Mhm. It's a divine
It's
initiation.
exactly. And could you please tell me actually a little bit? I have two questions now, so you can choose. You have the power of choice. I would love to hear more about you, but I would also love to hear actually what's a divine initiation? Like, what
Yeah.
would make a divine initiation not just like another retreat? Because there's so many retreats right now going on. And what is the flavor? What is a divine initiation?
Yeah. The divine initiation is an initiation into the understanding of your divine nature. And for me, this is what I received from my teacher in India when he took me deep into the learning of the Tantrik text from the current of Kashmir Shaivaism. And he actually wrote a book called The Divine Initiation that we all had to read, and it was really hard to get in. But he was able to transmit to me this deep erotic love for the philosophy of Tantra that then offered me so much freedom in understanding how to navigate my life. And so I remember I did ask him after I came back from India and I was initiated by the knowledge of my divine nature and how to bring it into my life. And I'm gonna say something else in a moment. I remember asking him permission if I could call my retreat Divine Initiation, honoring him and the gift he brought to me. So he gave me permission. And so I did one Divine Initiation many years ago already. And then I felt it's time to do it again. And so I feel that also by using this name, I'm carrying in his blessing and his transmission to me. And the divine initiation, it's, when we understand the philosophy in the textbook, we understand that in Kashmir Shaivaism, our humanity is also part of the divine design. So oftentimes in spiritual practice or in spiritual retreat and teaching, there is an emphasis to overcome the needs and the desire of the body and to consider them less than the transcendental and lesser than the purity of my soul, because I have jealousy, because I have attachment, because I have bad thoughts, and all of this that makes me human. And I myself been striving to become something more than my humanity. For me, for many years, I didn't even realize how much I was harming myself in the pure pursuit to be better and to become more spiritual. And when you understand the philosophy of Tantra, you will understand that our limits are divine too. This is how the divine dance itself into this reality of duality. And so my jealousy is divine. My sense of competition, my fear, my loss, all this density that makes me so human is nothing, not of a bit less divine than the part of me that lives in complete self-awareness and self-identify with timelessness and boundlessness and one with the purity of untamed consciousness. And the divine continuously does this dance from there to here, from there to here, by its choice. So my humanity is not a problem, it's not a mistake, it's actually the dance of Shiva. And this, when we understand this, it brings so much freedom in the way we can live our life. And so we can start bringing these places of absolute awareness in the heart of my absolute contraction. And so we stop self-harming ourselves. Mainly for me, I realized the hard conversation I was having with myself and this desire to become something other than this one that is already here. And so one of the tantric teaching that is also is a fabulous Instagram memes that you which are looking for is the one that is looking. It sounds amazing. But you actually never practiced it, you know? The one you're looking for is the one looking. And so in this retreat, we're gonna dwell into this philosophy, we're gonna pull out the books, we're gonna start to develop an erotic relationship with this teaching, because also I believe we've all been traumatized by school. We all been overfed too much information when we weren't ready, when we didn't ask for it. We were overfed. And so I think a lot of us has resistance to the book. They look thick and big and complicated. And so we're going to turn this around and start loving these books. And I'm gonna feed you just little teaser, like grapes, you know, like, yes, that's the position. That's the yoga we're gonna do. You know, open mouth, waiting for the grape to drop into your mouth, you know. I was actually writing a piece today about the importance of the mouth and the tongue and tasting reality. So we're going to do a lot of that. And I'm going to drop little pearl every day from the books. And then we're going to let this pearl land in this mind that is all over the body. And then in the afternoon, we're going to practice the yoga of touch, which is also known as the Kashmiri massage, where we touch each other with awareness. This is an advanced practice, sensual practice of Kashmir Shaivaism, because it's not about seduction and manipulation and having my desire met, but we're going to use it as a tool to understand the philosophy in the books. So this teaching are really landing into this physical understanding that is not a concept here, but enter the membrane of the body where we remember what we knew all along. So this is for me is the beauty of Tantra, that doesn't want to teach you anything new. The people that lean and come towards the Tantric teaching is because they've begun to remember already. This we always knew. And then we're looking for teacher or for Tantric current because we started this process of remembrance already. And so I'm really gonna support, we're gonna support, because you are there right in there with me, my sister. I mean, you are an organizer, but you are the orgasmizer also. Of this,
I agree.
right?
I'll change my title.
Hey? Change
I
your
will change the title to
yeah,
orgasmizer.
orgasmizer. Huh? Because you also understand that this is why we're working together. This is why I love to share space with you, because it's already in your being. Pleasure to be alive. And Tantra is actually so simple. And I've looked for the complicated revelation for 20 years, and I went all places. And when when I received my divine initiation, it was in the simplicity of this teaching. It was like, it was here all along. So it's a coming home. And you know, what defines an initiation is that you're not going to be the same ever again. And what defines also an initiation is that you don't wish to be the same
Anymore. That's
ever
beautiful.
again. You know, you're moving into a space of such understanding and expansion that you can't undo what you've realized. And it's something that is never going to leave you. And, you know, it doesn't have to look so ritualized, like where I take you into the forest and I cut pieces of your skin or limbs or hair, or have the blood spilled, or, you know, the fantasy of what inhibition look like can be so theatrical and dramatic. And some initiation are like that. But in the tantric understanding, initiation is just that drop of truth that land in your heart and makes your heart go deeper in expansion. And that's it. And you cannot undo this quivering in your being. And your life is you're gonna meet your life now from this place of heart expansion, curiosity, and fascinating wonderment. And that's also the name of my school, because that was my erotic, my divine initiation came from these words, fascinating wonderment. And all my teachings keep spinning around. How can I offer to my student tools and experiences so that they can live this mantra, can live their life in the ripple of this mantra that is just two simple words, fascination and wonderment. And so we're going to practice how to come from a place. The teaching, the text will give us the excitement of fascination, right? That's the masculine aspect. It's going to awaken the curiosity of the mind that wants to penetrate reality. You know, it's going to stimulate the intellect, the philosophy. It's really expand our intelligence, which is a beautiful thing. The creative, logic mind. Oof, it's so sexy for me. I can have
It
full
is. I
orgasm,
love that.
you know, on the philosophy, because the curiosity of the mind is beautiful as human being. You know, it's an aspect of being human that it's really powerful. And then once we stimulate, the fascination is to want to know, what does it mean? Why do they use this word? What is the translation from Sanskrit? And Sanskrit can be translated in such multi-layer. you know, according to the level of your awakening. And that's also fascinating, right? You know, you can go back to the text year after year and you understand the same teaching. It keeps rippling outwards, outward. And it doesn't mean that the first realization stopped being true. It's always true and more and deeper. It's like this. And so it always meets you where you're at. It's alive. And for me, this really stimulates my mind. It's like, wow, this is true knowledge. It's alive. It's not an ancient text full of dust that, you know, you need to have the code. You can, you know, you need to be guided in it. And when we do it together, suddenly it's much more exciting than do it alone. Alone can become like a really intense task. And my intention is if I give you a key to enter this textbook, then you're able to go and meet other tantric texts. Now you have a key. This is what my teacher gave me, a key of reading the Divine Initiation. His book was the key to understand the symbology of Tantrism. And then you can fall in love with so many texts. So together we're going to have an orgy. So we all going to share this lover called the philosophy. And this is the aspect of fascination, right? The masculinity.
Exactly.
And then in the afternoon or the evening, we decide we are not tight. I'm making an example. We can turn it on its head and practice the body in the morning and the philosophy in the evening. We're going to feel it, how we want to go. I don't have a strict structure. The group is going to direct. And but the other side of the teaching is the wonderment happen in the body. Because, you know, wonderment is a continuous, fascinating wonderment. And, you know, I really sat with this when I called my school. I thought I could call it fascinating wonder, would make it very easy for my email address and my website. All these
so
lectures and spelling is like, oh God, I always make it more complicated for me. But I realized there is a difference between wonder and wonderment. Wonder is also magnificence, you know, è la meraviglia. It's a wonderful word, but it's an object. I'm full of wonder. It's finished, it's a thing. Wonderment, it's a happening. So you can separate yourself from the wonder. When you are in wonderment, you're in it. You are in wonderment. You are inside this event that is a continuation. And in this, we're reflecting the biggest teaching of Tantrism, that the learning never ends, the discovering never ends, the realization is continuous, the awakening is a process. Nothing is finished. And when you put it out, when you think you finish something and you put it out, you are now in duality. You've separated yourself again. And the pearl is to stay in it while you can observe it while it's happening in you. It is like, wow, orgasmic, right?
I love it.
So here we learn the fascination with the intellect and the wonderment of dissolving into the body. And we go really into the detail of the body, every single cell, the muscle, the bone, the wonderment of being alive in this organism that is our living body is like, wow, you have to be in absolute marvel and devotion to the body that can carry so much wisdom. And so here we got, in a nutshell, the masculine and the feminine, without too much separation. In the neo-tantric teaching, there is a lot of description of masculine and feminine, and I find the more we deepen in one or the other, the more we fragment. And in this teaching, we want to bring one inside the other at all time, because they never separated one from the other. So, boom. I don't know how long I've spoken here, but just to tell you,
That
I'm
was an
fucking
incredible
excited.
transmission of divine initiation and fascinating wonderment. Like, and I still have questions, my dear. I'll take
Okay.
a breath. Ah, tell
Mm.
me, why Turkey? Or what touches you there? Like, I'm curious.
Turkey, because I landed in Turkey. I was invited to a tantric festival. So the Tantra brought me to Turkey. And then there I connected with the Sufi current and I got swept off my feet by an amazing Sufi musician that touched my heart with his beingness, his presence, and his music. And in that moment, I felt we were having a spiritual love affair where I really felt the heart of Tantra is the heart of the Sufi. And there is no difference between Sufism and Kashmir Shaivaism in particular, this very specific stream of Tantrism, because we longing for relationship with the divine as the beloved, as our primary lover, and in Tantrism we call it reality, in Sufism they call it the beloved, and the poem of Rumi are very descriptive of this relationship, this longing of the heart, because the heart has the true wisdom. When the heart is in wonderment, true knowledge can land, the gnosis, the true knowing, the fascination, what just we spoke, has the space to land in the open heart. When we try to understand life and love from here, we will always miss it. It's full of words and formula, but when we drop the thinking into the loving heart, which means the body that dances with reality. And the Sufi, they do the swirling, and we do the Tandava.
Yeah.
And same but different. It might look different from the outside because we just do this and the Sufi spin, but from the inside is the same thing. In the dance, we surrender the mind that wants to know, and we let go into the heart that knows that it can never know. So might as well just love.
The infinite search of knowing, and then actually, you can't never know. Love
The
it.
heart will say, stop knowing, just fucking love it. Love your quest for knowing. Love your longing for knowing. But love first. And then have a prayer to God. And by grace, maybe in the act of loving with totality, with your whole being, you might get touched by grace. We call it the awakening, enlightenment. So, and then after the festival, I went with a bunch of friends, lovers, and colleagues and students. We went to this beautiful venue, which is Yol Glamping. And I know that it's online right now. And you were there with us, Lila. And, I fell in love with this venue. How can you not too? And we had such a powerful experience by being such a small group, 16 of us, and then we occupied the whole venue. It's just us. And the owner of the venue, it's one of us. It's our tribe. It's my brother. It's my Turkish brother. I didn't know I had a brother in Turkey until I met him. And then it's like, okay, here is another beloved. And it's a lover of life like us, and it just felt so natural to do a retreat there. Um, for me, it's not like business that we're selling spaces into a retreat venue, and we're selling a product that is the teaching. For me, sharing my utmost love affair that I have with Tantra, it's a blessing, it's my life. And so I want to have the people that I love the most with me in this dance. You know, we creating a current. And so you were there with us and you met Ayam and you've seen the venue and you're an amazing organizer and facilitator in your own right. So let's do it together. Then the thought was like, come on, Lila, won't you want to do this with me? We go with the Yam, you've met you, you've been there, you know my vision. And, uh, and this venue's got my favorite piece is the restaurant, al fresco under the tree, uh, where there is a beautiful mama, also our sister, she's one of us also. Um, she's a Sufi. She sings music in the restaurant. She's married with a Sufi musician also, and she cook food for us. It's a human direct relationship with her, and she takes care of us like her children. I felt that. Did you feel that
I
too?
did, and yeah. Now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, wow, the venue itself is very tantric. Like in a
Yeah,
very, it's like very simple, yet super beautiful, profound, from the heart, it's like vibrating. Then there's this swimming pool in the center, like not it's there's like earth and water almost in the center,
yeah,
like really vibrating, bringing these different parts, and also the freedom, like the freedom that the restaurant that you're describing. Like there's for me a freedom to this restaurant
yeah.
of like being under the trees and yeah,
And relaxation. I find that my soul feels at home when I'm there. I can just relax.
yeah,
Nature, it's right there. We're going to be working in a hall that has no wall. It has curtains, red curtains, of
yeah,
course, because red is the color of Tantra. And behind the red curtains, there are the green mountains. And so we are not separate from nature. We study with nature as our witness and as our muse. And nature helps the mind to expand and to relax through the learning. Now, we know that children learn better when they are playing in nature. And so the adults, same. And so my intention also is to do some of the session at the beach. There is a beautiful beach nearby. We go and we learn the philosophy. We can do the Tandava in the water because, you know, it's the Mediterranean. So the water is soft and calm and gentle. So we can be in the water and learn how to do the Tandava, learn from the movement of water using reality.
yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So just in case Ayan is online and he's open to just quickly jump in, I don't know if you can invite him, just in
Can I?
case.
Yes, I think I see.
Hi. Or he needs to ask for to join. Maybe just I still have two questions, two last questions,
Okay.
but you just have him maybe if we manage.
You can ask me one question so long.
Yeah, my other question is like I'm seeing people coming in and out, certain people I know, some I absolutely don't know. But I'm sure what some people might be asking is like, wow, Valentina, this retreat sound awesome. Like they just be like, but I'm completely new. Or on the contrary, like, well, I've been on the path for quite some years. I even teach, like me, I even facilitate. Is it for me? Like for who is divine initiation? Like really, like for who is
Yeah,
divine initiation?
you know, the beauty of Tantra that Tantra can meet you exactly where you are, just like the textbook, you know, and so we don't really in traditional Tantra. I'm teaching from the current of classical Tantra. In the classical tradition, we don't really have level 1 and level 2 and Tantra level 1 and Tantra level 3. There is just Tantra. And again, like I spoke about the text, if you have expanded awareness, you can go deeper and wider in the teaching because some have already landed in your body and you can go much deeper and find the refinement of this vibration. We're going to study the Spanda-Karika, which is the vibrational vibration. Subtles, even the word itself. It's a vibration, but it's vibrationless. What does it mean? So if you're advanced, you start to understand what this means. You start to feel it in the body. If you are a beginner, this can be, it's beautiful. I mean, I'm always envying you because there is like nothing like the beginner's mind, you know, to have a curiosity about Tantra and to arrive to the source of classical Tantra and to be initiated into the tradition of Tantra Yoga, where the practice meets the philosophy. And this can be enough for your opening. And for me as a teacher, I will never ask you to do more than you feel comfortable to do. Of course, we're working with massage, and so we're going to work with nudity or some level of nudity. If you want to keep your underwear, I will never force you to take it off. And so some level of easiness with your nudity, it will be required. And I know that many people know nothing about Tantra, but they're a nature lover and they love to be naked in the forest. So for me, you are perfect for this. You don't need to know anything about Tantra because if you love being naked in the forest, I know that you love the trees and you understand about freedom in your being. And I know that you understand about your interconnectedness with reality. And all of these are essential tantric teaching. So many people already are into the tantric current without even know it, you know? And so that's when I say this is a reminder, you know, I will reveal to you in a sense what you already sense and feel attracted to, but now you can put it into a map. And then you do whatever you want with this map. You can carry on and being an advanced tantric practitioner or not. You can carry on with your life and be, I don't know, a sportsman, a school teacher, a doctor, and you have this awareness living in your being, which I know will allow you to lean onto. And in my life, it helped me to relax into my ordinary life, you know. And Tantra, you know, is a philosophy for householder, for people with children and a job, people that have to pay rent. I live like that. I'm not an hermit that lives on top of a mountain. I don't have an ashram that is sponsored. I need to also have a bank account and I have a child to put through school. So I'm also living a domestic life. And Tantra was designed for people, for the householder, for the people that need to bring the spirituality into the ordinariness of their life, not beyond it. Bring the extraordinary into the ordinary.
And that seems super important. Like nowadays, it like this field is so flourishing to actually bring it back to matter and concrete. So if I just sum up, divine initiation, great, isn't even it's such a gift if you want to discover and immerse yourself in Tantra. Like imagine immersing yourself in 1 week, and I see Ayan joining. So hello, Ayan.
Hello.
But also and I have many colleagues who are like tantric facilitator, but actually never really sat with the text.
Oh, yeah.
And I know many, and it's not that they're bad teachers or facilitators, but there is such a gift to actually really know the roots, and it's also most like needed in your path. So also like the gift, if you are already a tantric practitioner and or facilitator, to come back to the essence, come back to the drops of truth, the roots of truth. So
And
really wonderful.
it's gonna give you a context, you know. I think if you call yourself a tantric and you are facilitating Tantra retreat, you ought to have met the text from which this current spring forth. Some text, you know. So I know other texts are more common than this one. So it's just an opportunity to deepen and ground yourself in the philosophy, which will I feel will give you instantly a lot more dimensionality to everything you've already been doing.
And so, hello, Ayan.
Hello.
Ayan is here, but I don't see him. How do I see him? How do I do this
You don't see
technically?
him?
No,
I
do
see him.
you? Ah, okay.
He's next to me here. For me, he's here. Maybe you can just introduce him.
Okay, but I don't see you, but
Or I can introduce Ayan. Or Ayan, you can also introduce yourself. But
Yeah, I can introduce myself. First of all, hi to everyone, and I want to thank you for all your words that you shared about here, about me, about your feelings when you were here, and I want to start with the feelings that I have about you. Uh, uh, we came across spontaneously, as you said. You came here with your group, and when you come, I had the same vibe that you had from you. I saw how you touched the earth. I saw how you breathed the air. I saw your connection with the nature and yourself, actually, with your heart. So basically, I live in here because of that. I quit from everything in my life, and I found this beautiful place in Fethiye, Kayaköy, which gives me that opportunity to feel my heart. So thank you for you to find the beauty in simplicity. And I see your knowledge behind all of this. And I'm so happy to be hosting you this time with the retreat in Yolgulamping. So we are getting ready for that time, and this land will be our privacy, private land, and we will be in the nature, and we are surrounded with beautiful places around us. Therefore, I'm so excited, actually. And
me
this
too.
and me too.
And to hear your voice is just bringing back so many feeling of richness of our time shared together.
yeah,
Yeah, so beautiful.
and I was in Amazonia like a couple of days ago. I just come to here, and my goal was to dig in our higher selves in the Amazon with the tribes. So the retreat that you are going to do here will touch exactly to our hearts, and that's the way that we show ourselves, like the way that we live our lives without thoughts, with emotions, but in natural way.
Yeah,
So
simplicity. In simplicity, nature is simple.
yeah, and thank you for inviting me for this call, and thank you for
Yeah,
everything. So I'm
thank you for
waiting for you.
being here with us.
Ayan, for
Suddenly,
joining.
You're
suddenly
welcome.
to hear your voice made it all so real. It's really happening.
Yeah, your energy as well. Your both of your energies as well. I really miss you.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you
Thank you.
soon.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you
you.
for
Bye bye.
joining from Turkey. Thank you.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao.
Ciao.
Wow.
Ah,
What a pleasure, what a beauty to have him join just for this moment.
mm,
And I think we're arriving gently to a conclusion as well.
yeah.
Gently. Um, I will remind in a moment the logistics for people to know, because there are only a few days left for the early bird and half the group is already here. But before, I'm curious, Valentina, if there is anything else in your heart or that you feel like you'd like to share about either yourself or Tantra and or the retreat and what is moving you. And or maybe why like is a divine initiation important actually even? Like yeah.
You know, Tantra is also called the philosophy of freedom. And to receive divine initiation, it's your freedom. It will offer you the freedom to live your life as a fully developed human being. That's the ultimate freedom, you know. And Tantra gave me my life, the richness of this adventure. And it's the things that fulfill me the most in my life is to share from this freedom and to give this key to people that desire it. Also, I don't feel like I'm a tantric evangelist that I think everybody must know the tantra, everybody must be free. No, only the people that wants to be free, only the people that really really wants it. Then it's my delight to give this, because I found this freedom, so I have it, and it fulfills me. I'm not fulfilled by turning everybody into, into what I do. And so I have it, and it's really expand my life. And but I sense there are some people that also wants it. They look for this, and they ask me, "What do you do? How can I have what you're having?" And I'm like, "Sure, you can have it." Because it's my delight to dwell into this space and to see people realize themselves. It's my delight, it's my fascination and wonderment. They give back to me when they are in their expansion. Then I go again into wonderment. Wow, look at the beauty of being a human being. So it's a circle, and that keeps fulfilling itself. And so that's why I'm offering this.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you. And I love because indeed there's like a calling to it. It's not that you go to someone and it's like, come. No, it's like you actually feel the call. There's something calling you, whether you understand it or not.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this is actually
I
for the people right
think
now, maybe who are watching and or who are going to watch, that if you feel this call, check if you can actually trust, lean into it. And if you still want more information, because of course the mind it wants and needs more information, then you'll find more information on Valentina's website, fascinatingwonderment.com. Is it .com?
.com.
.com. So fascinatingwonderment.com. You'll find divine initiation retreats on the events. The retreat is from the 3rd to the 10th of June, and it's actually going to be several days of theory and practice. And the last day is epic. The last day is going to be us just being us together. So the last day is not going to be any teachings, but actually living Tantra. Like, not like, and that's why I love it, Valentina. You're like such an embodiment for me. And it's like, yes, you're bringing us there. You're like accompanying us, like gently supporting us, like understanding, feeling the text and having the practices. But the last day, it's like, hey, I gave you the key, the tool. Now start living it. And it's such a beautiful, like, just transition instead of just being like, okay, the retreat is finished. Ciao, bye, go into your life.
Go
No,
home.
here a transition, like this really care of like self-empowerment
Yeah,
even into like actually like taking those teaching and how do I live it like with other
yeah.
beings. So the last day is going to be a day together but without teachings, and then we can leave on the 10th, and it's going to happen in Turkey. Some of you saw Ayaan from Real Glamping in this beautiful space, and the early bird is until the 25th of February. So you have a few days left to fill in the form, send us a video, and then we'll confirm you if you are confirmed or not. And voila.
Voila.
Voila. Voila. Then you can still apply. Of course, you can still apply after the 25th. It's just the early bird will be finished. We already are halfway through, which is beautiful, and we would love to have you if you feel the call.
Yes.
Anything else that you want? Oh, tutto bene.
Tutto bene. I
Très
think
bien.
we can say goodnight.
Yes.
Yes.
With a
Thank you
pleasure.
for your presence. Thank you for asking me this beautiful question that got me going so much. My erotic juices flowing.
I love your erotic love. I love it.
And now I hope I'm gonna be able to share this video so we don't lose it with
Yes.
my
When you close, don't close everything. Take a
challenge.
step.
I'm gonna call my daughter to help me. Ciao, buonanotte.
Ciao.
I'll see you all in Turkey.
See you all in Yes. Ciao, buonanotte a tutti. Au revoir.
Buonanotte. Ciao.